Well, the idea that education, research, and praxis can address equitable outcomes was a major reason that I got into this field. Ever since I was a teacher, I've been working for the most part in under-resourced schools in high-poverty areas because I think that's where the needs are greatest and that's where the effects can be the greatest. Be that the case, I also see the notion of promoting justice as casting a wide net. So to include the authentic pursuit of knowledge, even if the direct purpose of that pursuit is not to create justice. I think that broadening our knowledge of learning processes will lead to justice, will contribute to equitable outcomes. An example that illustrates how growth of knowledge is important, even if the direct pursuit is not toward specific outcomes for students. In neuroimaging research, that kind of research has shown us that language interactions really influence the structure of the brain. So that helps us understand that in school, not all children are going to absorb language at the same rates. One, kids come to school with very different vocabularies. Two, well-designed instruction can address those issues. So ultimately, it's not a brain issue, it's a knowledge issue, and we know that can be addressed. The most important thing about that is it illustrates how work across many different areas is important because one kind of research influences another. Learning is a very complex phenomenon, and the design of effective instruction takes a lot of careful thought and work. And so I think that that's a reason that the notion of promoting justice needs to be broadly conceived. We need instruction across the range, from neuroimaging to experimental research in labs, to instructional research, to research in social factors. All that has to combine if we're really going to get toward equitable outcomes. An area of research that I've been involved in and lots of others have, which is interactive classroom discussion. We know that interactive discussion, the kind that is initiated by open questions and that encourages students to authentically respond and express their views and their ideas, that's first of all inherently justice-seeking because it really respects student voices, but it also makes for just plain more effective learning when students build knowledge by having to explain their reasoning, support their ideas, and see them in relation to ideas of their peers. There's lots of evidence for that across domains, in English language arts, in science, and math. But an issue there is getting that to be more of the norm in practice. The more we know and understand about learning and about the human mind, the more we really see why all students deserve equitable opportunities.